And again, pause there.
Sometimes healing begins in places no one wants to look at. In quiet corners, in broken moments, in hearts that have learned how to survive without hope. That is where Loki's story began. A crow who had forgotten what safety felt like long before anyone realized he was hurting.
Ready? Go for a walk. Go for a walk. Yes, let's go. Go.
Loki once belonged to someone who loved him deeply. But when that man passed away, time kept moving on and left Loki behind. The house fell silent, no voices, no food, no familiar hands, only waiting.
Good boy, well done. Now, rules of play today.
When the relatives finally discovered Loki, he was no longer the bird they remembered. He was withdrawn, defensive, and full of fear. They didn't know how to help him, only that he needed someone patient, someone gentle. That's when they called Elliot.
That nice? It's veggie day today, yeah?
The moment Elliot brought Loki home, he knew this would not be an easy journey. Loki was thin, restless, and suspicious of every movement around him. He lunged and snapped when frightened, not out of aggression, but because fear had taken root. His world had taught him that trust could disappear at any moment.
Solos.
Go on. Go on.
Go on.
Go on.
Go on.
Elliot quickly realized something important. Loki wasn't bad, he was surviving, and survival always leaves scars. This was not a rescue that could be rushed. It would take time, consistency, and a kind of love that asks for nothing in return. For many years, Elliot showed up the same way every single day. A calm voice, slow movements, no forcing, no demands. Some days Loki wouldn't come near him at all. Other days he would sit close, watching, deciding. At first, progress was almost invisible, but it was there. Little by little, Loki began to change. The tension in his body softened, his eyes lost their sharp edge and grew curious. He started to play, to explore, to test boundaries with small acts of mischief. Trust didn't arrive all at once. It grew quietly, the way true healing always does.
Good boy.
Today, Loki and Elliot share a rhythm that feels natural, almost human. They talk constantly, exchanging sounds, clicks, and soft calls that only they understand. Loki listens, responds, argues, and sometimes interrupts. He has opinions, and he wants them heard.
Hello. Can I help you?
Loki also loves games, especially ones involving objects he isn't supposed to have. Coins, keys, bits of paper, anything small enough to carry becomes fair game. But Loki doesn't just steal. He negotiates. Every item has its price, and Elliot has learned to keep rewards nearby in case a trade is required. For Loki, these games aren't just entertainment, they are proof. Proof that he feels safe enough to play, safe enough to tease, safe enough to be bold. Elliot laughs through it all, grateful for every sign of life and confidence returning to Loki's wings. What surprises Elliot most is how emotional Loki is. He shows excitement when Elliot walks into the room, jealousy when attention shifts elsewhere, and joy so strong it turns into hopping, head tilts, and playful sounds that almost resemble laughter.
You're very chatty today, aren't you? Fire up the claw machine.
After all these years together, Elliot says Loki no longer feels like a bird living in his home. He feels like a presence, a personality, a companion who understands routine, emotion, and connection. Loki is happiest when people are nearby when the room is filled with voices again.
Oh my god. What are you doing? No. That's admin. Excuse me. I don't like it either, but...
Sometimes Loki lets out a mischievous sound when he knows he's gotten away with something. Other times, he settles quietly, content just to be close. Above all, he feels safe now, safe with someone who never pushed him, never gave up, never walked away.
Time you exercise. Come on.
And within that safety, Loki found something he hadn't felt in a very long time. Peace. Not the absence of fear, but the presence of trust, strong enough for healing to finally take root. Stories like Loki's remind us that healing doesn't happen overnight. It takes patience, understanding, and respect for each animal's individual journey. If you ever consider rescuing a special or wild animal, take the time to learn, seek expert guidance, and prepare carefully. When done right, the bond that follows can change both lives forever.
Oh, hello. Come to shake me down?
One of Elliot's favorite things is looking back at old photos of Loki. It's hard to believe they're the same bird. The frightened crow who once expected the worst from everyone has become confident, playful, and full of personality. Every small step along the way was worth it.
Come on. Look. Look.
These days, Loki spends his time doing what he loves most, playing games, chatting with Elliot, and filling the house with life. Sometimes he still causes a little trouble, but those moments only remind Elliot how far he has come. A bird who once lived in fear now feels secure enough to simply enjoy being himself.
Excuse me. Oi! Oi!
And maybe that's the most beautiful part of Loki's story. He didn't need someone to fix him overnight. He just needed someone willing to stay, someone patient enough to earn his trust. Because sometimes, the greatest rescue isn't saving an animal's life, it's helping them believe the world can be safe again.